there. I hope you're doing well. I thought we'd start today with a song. How about we do the wheels on the bus? The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The doors on the bus go open and shut, open and shut. Open and shut, the doors on the bus go open and shut, all through the town. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all through the town. The babies on the bus go wah, 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 wah. The babies on the bus go wah, 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 all through the town. The mommies on the bus go shh, 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 shh. The mommies on the bus go shh, 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 all through the town. The driver on the bus says, move on back, move on back, move on back. The driver on the bus says, move on back, all through the town. Okay, well, we've gotten a whole bunch of new picture books in, so I picked two of them out for you. I think you're gonna like. One is a book about friendship, which is this one, and the other one is a funny one I think you're gonna like. This one is called Weasel is Worried. It's by Ciara Gavin, and it's illustrated by Tim Warnes, and it's published by Tiger Tales. Weasel was minding his own business, out collecting leaves, when suddenly the weather changed. He was soaked through by a nasty rain, then a gust of wind knocked him flat on his bottom. Weasel stood up and puffed out his chest. That's enough of that nonsense, he told the sky. But just then the skies opened up and he was pelted by a mighty hail shower. Weasel was starting to feel very small and defenseless against this very angry storm. He built a wall to keep himself safe, but the wind blew and whirled around all night long. So he built the wall higher. But then the rain came back and wouldn't take no for an answer. So Weasel added a roof. Keep out, he said, satisfied. Weasel settled down in his new safe place. He thought of the storm raging outside, and it made him shiver. The days passed, and Weasel got used to being by himself. But one day he turned around and was alarmed to find Mole sitting on his couch. What is this place? Asked Mole. It's a fort, said Weasel nervously. Oh, marvelous, said Mole. I love a good fort. You guard this side, and I'll guard that one. No, said Weasel. It's not for playing in. It's a home. Marvelous, yawned Mole, getting comfortable. How about a snack? No, fretted Weasel. It's not a place for visitors. It's a place to hide. Marvelous, said Mole. You count to 10 and I'll hide. No peeking. No, insisted Weasel. It's not for games. It's for keeping me safe. Who is after you? Asked Mole. Is it Fox? I'll help scare him away. Look at my scary face. No, groaned Weasel. I'm hiding from the storm and there isn't room for both of us. Well, where's the fun in that? Replied Mole. It's not meant to be fun, cried Weasel. Just safe. Well, what's wrong with a good storm anyway, added Mole, placing a hand on Weasel's shoulder. Weasel told Mole about the wind and the rain, the damp and the chill, the snow and the hail, and the things that scared him the most. The storm is scary, sighed Weasel, and much, much bigger than me. I see, said Mole gently, but storms can be a lot of fun too. Whenever it snows, I love to scoop it up and make a snowman. And the wind, questioned Weasel, that knocks you off your feet. Oh, I love when that happens, beamed Mole. The wind lifts my fur and it feels all ticklish. With a giggle, he twirled and fell over laughing. But the cold rain, Mole, continued Weasel. What do you do when you get caught in that? Why, I splash around in the biggest puddles I can find, replied Mole. Then I sit in a chair by the fire and dry off with a cup of hot soup. Soup always tastes extra wonderful when you've been out in the rain. Mole had such a different way of seeing things. But Mole, said Weasel, what do you do when you feel afraid to face something? I face it with a friend, smiled Mole, and with that he held out his hand. Weasel took Mole's hand, and together they walked out into the warm, sunny day. Okay, our next book is called Library Books Are Not for Eating. It's by Todd Tarpley, and it's illustrated by Tom Booth. The publisher is Tiger Tales. I know you guys know library books are not for eating. The day Mrs. Bronte came to school, story time was extra cool. She told great jokes, was never mean, biggest smile you've ever seen. One small problem couldn't beat it. Once she'd read a book, she'd eat it. She'd say the end, you'd hear a crunch, then 3 or 4 more books by lunch. Miss Bronte kids would keep repeating, library books are not for eating. Mrs. Bronte promised with a roar that she'd be eating books no more. But soon as story time was done, oops, there go another one. Miss McSmartly called her in. Miss Bronte, where do I begin? You're eating books, that isn't right. You need to curb your appetite. I think you know where this is leading. Library books are not for eating. Miss Bronte promised with a roar that she'd be eating books no more. When Miss McSmartly turned her head, she ate up all her books instead. At lunchtime, when she ate 2 more, the lunchroom lady stomped the floor. Miss Bronte, you must change your diet. Books taste yucky, don't deny it. Instead of books, try something new. My cottage cheese and meatball stew. We got to rearrange your feeding. Library books are not for eating. Miss Bronte promised with a roar that she'd be eating books no more. She took 1 bite of cottage cheese, then ate 3 books of recipes. She took a walk to clear her head. Down to the soccer field she fled. Coach Burley blew his whistle loudly, pointing to his players proudly. I've got problems of my own, a soccer field that's overgrown. Can't mow the grass, can't pick the weeds. You're not the only one with needs. Be a winner, no more cheating. Library books are not for eating. Miss Bronte promised with a roar that she'd be eating books no more. But as Coach Burley turned his gaze, she ate his book of soccer plays. Miss Bronte packed her bags that day. I'm sorry, but I cannot stay. It's not that I find books so yummy, but nothing else here fills my tummy. If I could find a bulb or seed, a blade of grass, a bush, a weed. Suddenly her plan was clear. She'd make the wild weeds disappear. All she had to do was eat them. Let her appetite defeat them. Now Miss Bronte just eats weeds. They fill her dietary needs. The soccer team has gone unbeaten. Not a single book's been eaten. Every morning right at 9, Miss Bronte leads the story time. And every afternoon at 4, she's on the sidelines keeping score. The soccer field is good as new. Kids run and kick where weeds once grew. The moral of this tale you're reading, library books are not for eating. A happy tale this might have been, but then they hired Mr. Finn. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I hope I'll see you soon.